Yeah, welcome back everybody to the 2025 Nenagh Open. We're here live at the New Institute Snooker Club in Nenagh, Ireland. It's David Burney joined by Daniel Wormsley in the booth. This is our final match here of the day, the last of the round of 32. Ryan Cronin going against Raymond Fry. How do you see this one, Daniel?
I'd have to put Raymond as favourite, especially since did he top the group?
I think so, because Ryan Cronin, as I remember, lost to Ernst Bazemir. But Ryan, our statistician, is saying Ryan is the tops of the group.
Yeah, so just based on that alone, I think you'd have to have Raymond as favourite. I've had a few encounters with him myself. I've not really played Ryan or seen much of him. But Raymond can play, unless he's playing me.
Probably douse him in red velvet brownies, but that's just a different story for another day. We are on Ox Billiards' YouTube page. We have two streams actually going. There's been a match that's been going for quite a while with Sabin Sokolowski of Belgium taking on Tommy O'Donoghue, who I believe is the president of Snooker and Billiards Ireland. And our chat is open, so if you have any comments or questions, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, well, I was here about an hour ago. I was up at Andy Finn's there getting foods.
Another little tactical affair to start this match off.
Yeah, that was a good return by Raymond. And an equally good return. And this is the yellow. Oh, sneaks in behind brown.
Yeah, Ryan Cronin, definitely accomplished player here in Ireland. And we're going to try not too bad, just a little bit northern bound in Northern Ireland.
Can see a potential shot to nothing here. A little cluster of three just under the pink spot. One to the highest towards the pink spot. It should naturally just come round off at black and side cushion up the table. Just a safety.
Surprised, Daniel, you're not out celebrating a little bit early match victory or into the round of 16.
This is where it gets serious now. That's where the tournament really begins. I treat myself to some good food.
So we've got to watch out if there's any local players into the Final Four, because there could be quite a celebration with the big hurling match tomorrow.
I've heard it could be absolute carnage in Nenagh tomorrow night if they win for the first time since 1995. The local county championship.
Us out-of-towners might be sleeping in this room. Our flats might be burnt to the ground.
They are known to enjoy themselves, aren't they? And who can blame them? If I manage to get the victory this weekend, I'll be continuing on into Monday night with them.
Seems like a lot of people are starting to file in for... well, it's not too late in the evening here in Nenagh. Just getting on to 8 o'clock. It was a beautiful day in Nenagh, so I think a lot of people were spending their time outdoors in the sunshine. But now that the sun has set and the snooker is lively, they've come indoors.
This will be the first proper chance now here for Raymond.
Have you had a chance to play these fellows, Daniel, in your travels?
I've played Raymond a few times. A couple of times in different years in Q school. Some of my best performances have been against Raymond, actually. There's a running joke between us. I can't miss a ball whenever he's in room. And then maybe played him last year in the Home Internationals as well, which is an amateur tournament held at the Northern Snooker Centre in Leeds every year, where all the home nations select their players from their amateur circuits. So whoever does the best throughout the year and then gets to represent their country. And you pit yourselves against all the other countries and home nations, but it includes the Republic as well. Always played in good spirits. England got the win this year in the men's team. Beat Northern Ireland in the final, which included Ray. And there's Joel Conley as well here that played in the final. Just found himself in a bit of an awkward situation here, having run out of position. He leaves the white up the table. He either gives Ryan the chance of potting the red by the yellow or leaving him snookered behind the yellow. So he went for the pot. And what a great shot that was.
Definitely. Lots of pressure on it. As you said, he had a good chance. Unfortunately, didn't score too highly. Be a little upset with himself there. But a slim 13-point advantage. It's just the first frame. Best of 7.
It wasn't an easy pot by any means, but it looks like a bit of a nervy one to me. And he got away with it. That's a great shot with the spider. And he found the Watford as well.
The Watford?
The Watford gap.
Oh.
It's looking good. What's his body language say? It's coming round to pretend like it doesn't go. And it absolutely flies in.
You gotta teach me some of this slang, Daniel, because when you come over to Canada, I'll do the same for you.
See what I can do.
If we had a tournament like the U.S. Masters like they had in Sacramento, if there was one northbound in Canada, would you come over?
Without a doubt. Oh, maybe it didn't go. Can't convince himself it did. Could he pay the price? Is there any venues in particular you can think of that be able to host an event like this?
Well, there's a gentleman that has recently opened up a club in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And it has 6 Xing Pao star tables. So that's quality stuff. A lot of the big tournaments in Canada are played out of Toronto, in either a place called Cornerbank or Master Q, but Western Canada is starting to grow more with some more and more rooms. The Cornerbank Club is owned and operated by John White and Jim Weich. Not sure if you remember Jim Weich. Played over here on the Pro Tour back in the 80s.
No, it's a bit before my time. I'm a 90s baby. That was a clever little shot there from Raymond. Having left himself touching ball off on the red in balk. Not quite got to grips with the speed of the tables yet. His positional shot from the blue to the red was a fairly routine one. He had no balk colours to particularly navigate around. And managed to leave himself touching on the one he played on.
Sure, you've had 2 matches on this TV table
Yeah.
and 2 off. Is there a lot of difference between the TV table and the other tables in the room?
Not particularly. I played on one other table, so I've only had 3 matches so far.
Correct, yes.
2 in the
There's
group,
2
and
in
then 1 in the knockout, yeah. So it was hard to tell any. I suppose the main table used for the streaming here. It's got steel block cushions, whereas I played on a table that's in the same little bit of the room. You can just see the legs of the table off behind it, behind where Raymond's just played his shot just now. That's the other table I played on the groups, and it was it seemed a touch quicker off of the cushions than what this one is. So what I mean by that is when the cue ball or any object ball hits a cushion, it comes off faster than it went on. But because the cloths are running so fast, it doesn't necessarily look like it's come off faster, if you understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're playing lovely. It can catch you out a bit though. It's it's not something you can necessarily 100% get used to because it just reacts so much quicker than majority of people's practice tables that you'd be used to. Part of the reason why there'll be so many breaks this weekend, and there already has been. Already been 2 total clearances, I believe. I think the 1-3-1 will have been, but I'm not 100% sure.
I think there might be a handful of centuries so far.
It's well cued. It's not too appetising though, what he's been left with. Not like that huge chocolate muffin you've got sat in front of you. That looks quite appetising. He's smuggled it in there.
That might be my dinner at the end of this match.
There'll be a takeaway of what though? Available.
There might be.
Depending on how fast this match is, as long as it doesn't go into tomorrow, like you did last night.
And last night wasn't too bad, but obviously these tournaments happen. The first couple days are always quite long. A lot of matches to get through.
A wild one.
So Raymond Fry, slim advantage in this first frame, 19-13.
I think I might give him the benefit of the doubt with that shot there. I think he played it cushion first, used the pink as a big pocket.
You know, you do have to have all the technical aspects to this game, but creativity can go a long way.
Vision. I still feel like there's just one more good shot positionally to get this frame unlocked. And one in this visit.
Well, tournament favorite, I think. No discredit to you, Dan. I think you're my dark horse. I think someone from England, you or Callum Beersford, might be able to steal it away from these Irish, but Davy Morris has been touted as the favorite before this tournament started, and I think a lot of his fan club is coming in. That's why we're seeing a lot of rustling in the background.
I might have something to say about that.
There you go. That's what we like to see. Fighter to the end. D-Dub, as I like to call him.
Might just about be okay on the rid into the middle. If that's dead straight, then it is perfect. And it's there. That was that one shot I was talking about that's now unlocked this frame. To be able to be one in this visit. It's good to see so many locals or spectators coming in to watch this event. There's been a lot of locals here.
That is true. I think if the big hurling match wasn't going on tomorrow, I think this place would be just buzzing. Definitely last night around this time. I can even see out to the room from our broadcast booth. We can't see our feature table. We can see 3 other tables that are in the room, but through the windows they were blocked by pedestrians just watching the great action here.
I can barely see a seat available. Luckily, I've got one right here with you.
Well, if you want a great seat as well, sign up to be a scorekeeper. Greatly help us, because right now, obviously, the players are keeping score on their own on the tablets, but really they just calculate the break at the end of it. So we don't see it in running time, so sometimes we can be a little bit lost on where they're at in the frame.
I think that's about 30 now. Is it 30 or 36?
Has been at the table for a while, so
Might be slightly more than that, so this could be frame ball.
So Raymond up 63-13, 50 points in it, 43 on the table. So we have received that Snooker's acquired stage. Raymond should be feeling all right with that brown up there on the bulk cushion. Relatively safe.
I think he'll be feeling alright until he's in a snooker. Ryan will just want to pot one of the reds with the black. Needs 7 penalty points to win the frame. To tie. Sorry. So just having one red ball on the table would mean the option of a free ball. This is his chance to pop the first red with black. Just not quite settled down yet, has he?
Yeah. See it a lot in these early frames.
To make matters worse, he's put the black on black cush.
Decent effort. Fortunately unsuccessful. I think he's got the cover. It's tough to tell from this angle. On that pink. Looks like Raymond couldn't get through.
And that's the first frame.
There it is, concession. So Raymond Fry takes that first frame 64-13. We're going to step aside and be right back with frame 2. And welcome back, everybody. Frame 2 of our featured match here at the 2025 Nenagh Open. Ryan Cronin of Ireland taking on Raymond Fry, who has a 1-frame advantage, hailing from Northern Ireland. It's David Burney in the booth, joined by Dan Wormsley.
Glad to be here.
We do appreciate your insight. He's a player in the tournament. He will be in the Sweet 16 tomorrow. Also had a decent performance at the first AMCQ Sports event over there in Sacramento back in March. Correct? Were you into the last 8, or did you make it to the final 4?
Yeah, I lost in the last 8.
Now that's definitely a long flight coming over from England all the way to the western part of the U.S. Did you find it tough to adjust?
Not particularly, no. I've been used, over the last couple of years, I've been used to doing quite a lot of long-haul flights, but mainly to China. I tend to find, as long as I land in the evening and get myself straight to bed, I can adjust quite quickly. Just then don't bother setting my alarm and just wake up whenever I naturally wake up, and I tend to be okay from the word go then. That definitely worked in Sacramento.
True, because after Sacramento, you were on your way to China.
Went straight to China. Yeah, I had 2 days in San Francisco after the snooker event, and then flew straight from there to Tianjin via Hong Kong, and then back home. 3-week circumnavigating the globe.
But I think you travel a little different than the rest of us. Weren't you up there at the front of the plane, riding high in first class?
That was with the pilot.
Oh, even further. Those American Airlines will let you do anything.
You've got to get your free seats somehow, haven't you? Keep the pilot entertained.
Taking on this red, just below the brown into the right middle. Obviously not directly, but in a line with the brown.
I'm not 100% sure I can see the potting angle, but he must be able to with the way he's... Yeah, he definitely could. Has he left anything? No. Decided to take it on and put all his eggs in one basket there. Didn't quite pay off.
Yeah, opening chance here for Ryan. Are you holding off on that red, Dan, knowing maybe to take a slightly more difficult red?
It depends on the angle he's got. So if he can run it round off the side cushion, black cushion, up foot black, then the one over the pocket is the correct shot. He's just off straight the wrong way, which is why he's left himself near the cushion and straight. So I think in that instance, the red by the yellow would have been the shot. Having said that, he's not managed to get himself going yet. Just taking the 7 points. Raymond will be the happier of the two that only 8 points was scored there.
Nothing really easy on the table.
Yeah, he's played a good safety there.
Seen a couple whitewashes on this table today. Wonder if we're in store for another, or is it going to be a battle to take us deep into the evening?
I know what you're hoping for. Enough time to go get a kebab.
Don't they serve kebabs all night long here? Or is that back in your country of England? Seems like this town of Nenagh, 9,000 people, kind of maybe a little sleepaway town. Probably not tomorrow.
No, bets are off tomorrow.
Sure, if we get done early, maybe I should go buy a barbecue and just cook some kebabs on the street.
You could charge a premium as well, I bet.
Yeah. Maybe some Canadian bacon too. Could pay for my trip.
What's the difference between Canadian bacon and regular bacon?
I think Canadian bacon might be a little fattier.
Don't mind that.
It's like the regular bacon seems like it's in strips, whereas Canadian bacon is like more circular. I think like a cut of ham or almost.
I'd say that regular bacon here is more like a medallion shape.
Medallion,
That's
that's
it.
the name. Yeah.
Like streaky bacon's more of a American thing.
The big thing with Canadian bacon that really soaks up that maple syrup. Not sure if you guys have that over here. I know I've been some household favorites when I've come over to Sheffield and donned some people in the press room with a nice bottle of Canadian maple syrup.
Sounds pretty good. I had some at a cafe local to here the other day. Pancakes, bacon, maple syrup. I might have just been... No,
True maple syrup?
minus the bacon.
True maple syrup?
There's no possible way for me to know that.
That's true. Well, you bring a Canadian. It's interesting that sometimes Christian and I do events in his native country of America, and sometimes it's nice to have a breakfast, and I'm like you, let's get some pancakes and maple syrup. I asked the waitress or waiter, is this real Canadian or real maple syrup? Of course, sweetheart, it is. Nope.
Can you taste the difference?
Oh, yeah. It's a lot more sweeter. As I say, maple syrup, you just need a little bit to go a long way. But when maple syrup collides with bacon or ham, you'll be in cloud nine. So there's another reason I can whirl you over to Canada.
And you've got a bit of organising to do then?
Well, I'll just talk to your better half. I'm pretty sure she'd love to come over and taste the maple syrup and run a tournament or two.
She could probably do a much better job than you.
What, in commentary or tournament direction?
Everything.
Can't wait till you're on the TV table tomorrow.
Surely I can't get on there 3 out of 4 matches.
Of course I'm sure. And don't call me Shirley. To be honest, yeah, that just isn't. Neither are getting into good form. It seems like studying and stopping. Struggling with some fluency, it seems.
They missed the red into the middle just under the pink, didn't they? After the Cardinals are finishing straight on the black. Should have still probably potted the red into the middle. Didn't. Got given a chance again straight away, but couldn't get the white out of the jaws. And this is where he's finished. Maybe a touch unfortunate. Might have been about as well as he could have done. Looks like we've just had one victory for the North over the South.
Mm-hmm.
In the round 32. 4-1. Joe Mira against Tom Gleeson of Republic.
Yes, and Tommy O'Donoghue and Sabrin Sokolowski of Belgium. They're just at 2-1. It was one of our earlier matches that was starting at 5:30, so that's looking like it's been quite a grind fest. So I've turned Tommy O'Donoghue as the head of Snooker and Billiards Ireland. Who's the president of English Snooker and Billiards, the governing body?
I'll get back to you on that one.
Fair enough.
Can't remember off the top of my head.
Well, England has a slightly few more people than Ireland does, so.
I don't know the population of Ireland.
I think they were saying that at least Dublin has maybe 1.5 million. Possibly it could be upwards, maybe 5 million. It's nice to see we have a little bonus help here in the commentary booth. We have a great statistician, Emily, working hard to find out answers to all our questions.
Nigel Moore. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Nigel Mower.
Yeah. Nigel Mauer. Mauer. I don't know, I'm not English.
He doesn't exactly make himself well known, which is why I didn't know it. I know a lot of people a bit lower down, like the competition secretaries and who organises things. But he doesn't tend to make himself very well known. As we just see a mistake from Raymond Fry, which should cost him this second frame.
It's a bit unfortunate. I know, obviously, you know, ahead of an organization, when they come into a room, there's going to be players and officials that always have a lot of gripes, and it can feel exhausting. But when there are tournaments, you should be able to be there to present the trophy and at least there for photo ops.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what it looks like. I've been playing in the national government body tournaments for England for a number of years. I think maybe he's been the president for at least 3 or 4 years, and like I said, I don't know what it looks like.
was it, Dan, that brought you into this game? What got your fascination hooked on snooker?
I think I found it quite mesmerising when I was young, when it was on TV. It was like early 90s. Probably wasn't a great deal of selection. TV programmes. It's like lots of different colours, lots going on. Someone like probably Stephen Hendry making it look easy compared to everyone else. Ryan doesn't look happy with that positional shot.
Interesting, because I share a similar story, and I guess that's how we're going to hopefully keep it going over here on this side of the Atlantic, and potentially here over in America and Canada. Canada used to have a strong contingency. But if people can actually see what the game of snooker is all about, I think they'll get quite mesmerized, as young Daniel Ormsley was.
Yeah, it was quite early on, because then around about 3 or 4 years old, my parents managed to get me and brother like a little 6-foot snooker table, which is where I piqued my interests. Played many a world final on there. My parents noticed that I had a little bit of an eye for it, then tried to get in touch with every club in Leeds to see if I could play anywhere.
So, go ahead.
There wasn't many.
So in those world finals, you were Stephen Hendry and your brother was Jimmy White?
Something like that, yeah. Managed to get myself down to the junior coaching sessions on a Saturday morning at the Norm Snooker Centre. Going there once a week for a number of years. And then started competing in like the English national competitions at around about 12 years old.
Yeah, I guess you were a decade behind for the fake mustache snooker boom, as everyone tried to glue a fake one on to be like Cliff Thorburn. Or you've just had this mustache for your entire life, Dan?
I came out like this, yeah.
So 59 on the table and 61 in it. So frame is not out of this frame just yet. Fortunately, the reds are up in the bulk area. A few furlongs away from the black ball, so
That could be a snooker right there. Gonna need one.
mm-hmm.
See if you can predict a slide off this first cushion. Be aiming for the red on the ball cushion to the right of the green. Quite a big target since it's off the cushion. Missed it. Hit it a lot harder than intended. And left a free ball. Maybe he didn't miss it. Did you see any reds
It
move?
was tough to see. It might have just moved a millimeter, just grazed by it ever so delicately, I should say.
I couldn't see it on our screen.
Well, that's going to do it there. So Ryan Cronin of Ireland takes his second frame. He's got his first on the board. Raymond's got one on the board. We're going to come back, big frame 3, right after this. And welcome back, everybody. Frame 3 between Ryan Cronin and Raymond Fry. Two strong players, both from their native country. Raymond from the Northern Ireland part, and Ryan from right here in the Republic of Ireland. Both have a frame on the board. Heard some news through the grapevine that good friend Davey Morse might be on a 140. Looks like he just put down a pink, so maybe a 139. The high run of the tournament right now is 138. Nice long red there for Raymond. Get things going right side of the blue. How's the split for Raymond?
It's good.
It's okay. We've just cut away to see how Davey Morse is doing here. Try to just get an update on break that he is on. One thing I would say, if the maxi was on, the entire room would stop all play on other tables. But clears this, he might have the high run of the tournament. See how our statistician Emily can find out for us. There it is. Round of applause. Just not sure exactly the right number right now. Let's go back to our featured match and we'll just get a little update. Okay. So I'm gonna chit chat here in the booth, trying to find out what that run is. So just confirmation, it was a 138 by Davy Morris. So he's tied for the high run of the tournament.
It's not very often you'd see players not happy at having a 138. He's absolutely raging at this moment in time.
Oh, he's from the good
He had
snooker school of thought. Show no emotion.
He had the chance to take a black with either of the last three reds. He needed to take 2 out of the 3, but took 2 pinks and 1 black. Hopefully I can make a 139 tomorrow just to rub salt in the wounds.
Well, you'll probably have to go to a decider because that's when you produce the goods.
It's not a bad time to produce it.
I think talking to Andy where you had it there, that 128 that you had, he just made a poor safety shot and you stepped up and goes, thanks for the match. That was my 128s. Thanks for putting the tournament together.
Which was the first century in an AMC Q tournament ever.
There you go. You're in the history books.
I didn't manage to get it in Sacramento. It just eluded me a couple of times.
Yeah, those tables were a little tricky.
That's the understatement of the century.
Well,
But I did manage to come away with a high break prize still. This time I was the first to get a century, but it only held up for about half a day.
you got the first. That's going to hold up forever and ever. The high run of this NIA championship. No, but still.
It could still be beaten, 138. Still a lot of snooker to be played.
Completely agree. You're going to get another crack at it tomorrow. You know who your opponent is?
It was the winner of Sean King and Mark Tuitt. I think it was Mark Tuitt that won.
All right, our statistician Emily is coming through with saying it is Mark Tuitt. So, have you played Mark before?
No, never. don't tend to run into the Republic of Irish amateurs very often.
Yeah,
Only
they don't like to leave.
Yeah, their town. There's only the likes of players that have been over to playing tournaments over in the UK, in Leeds in particular, such as like Rodney Goggins, who was the last minute inclusion in this tournament.
Yes, definitely publicly and on air, I have to commend your sportsmanship. You easily could have said, no, I don't want that. My opponent, he's late, late withdrawal. It was half an hour for the match. And then you allowed Rodney to come in the tournament. So
We're going halves, that's why.
scandal live here in Nenagh. Call the Inquirer. Emily, get on it. Oh, this is a nice little plant. Oh, just couldn't get it into that top left corner.
Looks like he's covered it though with the other reds.
Certainly, it seems like whoever can get in first have a good opportunity. Some nicely spread out reds at the top end of the table.
Looks like he's playing some kind of plant. The red over the corner bag. Not got it.
Uh-oh.
It's left him with a great chance to win the frame. Fancy him making a few here after just composing himself to win the second frame.
Just has to pull out the rest as he's queuing over that pink ball. Doesn't want even a fabric piece of it. His shirt to touch that ball, or it would be a foul. So we have a roving referee, not referees at each table. But all these players exhibit great sportsmanship and etiquette. Do call fouls on themselves. It's definitely a sickening feeling if you do foul and don't call it. A bit to work to do here. A deep screw on the brown. Probably feeling pretty good that he's got that safety red just near the top right corner in case he goes out of position.
That's exactly what he's doing. That's the art of break building, really. Leaving that red over the corner, like you say, is an insurance policy for if he does run out of position. Will probably the red that he pots, the one after this one. It's covering the black into the same corner. So it does need to be moved now after this red. Needs to be in and around the black spot to score the points to win the frame.
He is fortunate. Green and pink are relatively safe on the right cushion.
Where's this going to finish?
Perfect.
What's he found there?
A gap.
The Watford gap, that's right.
As they say in the tune, point the gap. So many years ago, was there a terrible accident that people weren't mindful of the gap on the tube that they had to have the announcements?
Not quite as poetic as that. It's just a place name.
Back in Vancouver, we do have a SkyTrain acts kind of like an underground, but it goes above ground, and there's still a gap there, but we don't get warned about it. Or just have a nice flight.
That cannon could not have worked out any better. Just needs these last two remaining reds now to win the frame at this visit. That should be the end of frame now.
I would think so. With as I mentioned before, the green and pink be safe over there. Not sure exactly what his break is at right now, but it's been at the table for 5 minutes or so. It'd be nice to clear the table. Tall order, but anything's possible.
In order to do so, he might be able to flick the pink out here in this shot and get on the blue still.
There you go. Nice to meet you.
And there's a concession there. So Ryan Cronin takes this. Third frame leads 2-1. Can he extend his advantage to make it 3-1? Or will Raymond Fry come back and tie us at 2 apiece? We'll see what happens in frame 4 in a few short moments. And we're back here in frame 4. Between a Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland battle. Bad Ryan's last name wasn't Lowry. We could add a little bit of Fry and Lowry. That was a bit fortunate it didn't go in off.
Having said that, it would have been incredibly unfortunate to go in off. Perfect.
Nice to see some audience participation. Let's go find that gentleman some white gloves. He's doing a great job of spotting the balls, especially that blue ball.
Looks like he might have accidentally travelled a little bit too far and left himself straight on the blue. Ideally, I'd like to finish slightly higher and then get the red next to the black out of the way as soon as possible.
So now you're slightly running forward, Dan, on this blue to go into that black, or that red, I should say, left of the pack. You're drawing back in that red that's just above the pack.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. Don't think it's quite finished straight. If it's finished straight, he can probably just stun it or screw it in slightly for the pink.
Bit of an angle, drew it back nicely. It's fortunate the brown's off its spot if he wants to take the blue in the middle and go in and out of bulk.
I think he should really play the pink here. Guarantee himself position onto the red into the opposite corner. And that is the exact reason why.
Mm-hmm.
Now he finds himself breaking down on 18. Let's see if Raymond can gain any encouragement from His opponent breaking down so easily.
Done well to avoid the contact into the blue. This double kiss gonna hurt him.
Being tight to the baulk cush there made that shot very difficult. But he's got his cueing going now. Made that look easy. Played that well.
Sure, that's a great observation, Dan. Ryan has really started to wake up. The bear's been poked. You don't want to do that. He's got his potting boots on.
No, he's finished straight on the blue again. Might elect to take pink this time.
This means stuff to tell him. Does it look like the pink spot is covered?
If it is, it's a good thing. Avoid unnecessarily tying up any more balls around the area and it'll just go onto a brown spot instead. Not quite ideal position there off this. You want to be a lot closer to the, standing up a lot closer to the red just under the pink. Leave himself relatively straight onto this red. Now just left it missable.
Sure, needs a great recovery shot here.
Straight in the centre of the pocket.
Definitely shows you how he's feeling. Confident.
He's got his back up. If any of them reds go into this left-hand corner, then he's absolutely perfect just to run it on off at side cushion. that shot tells you that none of the reds were available into the left-hand corner pocket as we see it. Not too sure exactly what he did play though there. I think he maybe tried to play the cannon into the forwards off of one cushion.
Just maybe developing that one on the left cushion. Trying to take the long red that he hit there, rather opting for the safe shot. But a decent 24 break has extended his lead to 42-0. So just going around the room, looks like Andy Lee and Art Gleason tied 1 apiece. Here in our featured match, Ryan Cronin has a 2-1 advantage over Raymond Fry. Sabrin Sokolowski from Belgium has a 3-2 advantage over Tommy O'Donoghue. Davey Morris leading 2 frames to 0 over Tony Kerrigan. Jay Mira is dispatched of Tom Gleason quite a while ago. We do have another match. Joe Delaney. Wondering why he's not getting up onto a table. Maybe his opponent is not around. Scheduled to start at 8, so the Tommy Sebran match has gone quite long. It's been a lengthy battle. But 4 tables in action on the room. I think we have one more match to have tonight, but there is an open table.
He's just going to stun the white dead ace, leave the behind the green. Exactly that, and promoting the black at the same time. What a shot that is. Ryan comes to the table finding himself in trouble. Test the Q in here. It seems like Lansing's raised, potted a ball.
True.
Needs this to go in. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Last 2.5 frames, Ryan spent the majority of the time at the table, without Ray getting much of a look in.
True. Somehow forget how to pot. Just wanted to ask you, going back to your match earlier today, Dan, it was, well, it was very ultra thin. I don't even know if it was thin cuttable about that ren down to the top right corner, and you had a good chuckle with your opponent. Just curious of what that was all about. Recall that. You're blanking these bad memories out.
I can't remember exactly what happened. Can you explain exactly what happened, or?
I can't remember what the shot, but the result was that the red was just over the top right corner pocket, and it was ultra thin. Probably not even cuttable, but it was so thin. But both you guys had a chuckle about it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's because he got away with one.
Fair
But
enough.
at that moment in time, was I leading 2-0 at that moment in time?
I can't remember how to remember. Think about that.
Yeah, so I was definitely in front in the match.
You were. Yes, I don't think you trailed in that match.
So you find it a lot easier to laugh about them situations when you're in front.
Ooh. Going from bad to worse for Raymond here.
I'm just having a hard time with it right now.
Can be a lonely place there in the snooker world. He doesn't have a chair to sit in.
Too many spectators.
They're taking up his chair.
Gone from even worse to even worse now.
Well, we're not in England. I don't have to practice the Queen's English. I can say worser, right?
I'm not too sure Ryan had to actually take that shot on. He's presented Ray with an opportunity, which is exactly what he didn't want to do. Needed to turn the screw at that point, force Ray into taking them kind of chances on. Is it that sweet? Just looking where he wants to leave the white ball there for the pink in the middle. So he can run it through for the red that's on near the left-hand side cush. Don't think he's quite left the cue exactly where he intended. Which means he's going away from that red now.
He's fighting hard to get back into this fourth frame. It seemed like he was out of it. Seemed like he was struggling with potting early on.
Left this red very missable now at rest. I'm not too sure if it was an option. It's hard to tell from the screen here, which we have the same viewpoint as the viewers back home. Maybe he could have played onto the red into the middle. Into the middle. No.
So 43 points on the table and 26 in it. Ryan Cronin from Ireland in the lead and in the lead in the match, leading 2 frames to 1.
Yeah, that well and had the look to boot. We'll be able to tell from this shot now if he could have played onto that red into the middle of the previous shot. If he leaves an angle, if he leaves himself onto the red into the middle now, that's the exact shot Raymond should have played off the pink. He didn't even look at it the other day, I don't think. It wasn't right behind that exactly where I wanted it to be, which made it a little bit more missable. Didn't expect him to miss it. Now there's 34 in the game, 35 left on.
Raymond could steal this. It would be immense for his confidence. Doesn't have to do it in one go, but
There's a little safety shot here, I don't know if it's seen. Playing the red up into the blue, off the baulk cushion and into the blue. Try and force them to be developed. So we'll need them at some point. He has played that pretty well, but there's a very good opportunity getting a snooker here, leaving the white on the left hand side of the table to look at it and the pink up behind near the black. Not played it though. Oh, it's a disaster there. But he's left him hampered. Very fortunate. Look at the Irish.
speaking of luck of the Irish, almost happened right there again.
Almost. Good chance of getting laying a snooker here though. Needs a little bit of luck.
Of the Northern Irish.
That's it, yeah, look at the Northern Irish, that's it. I don't think he's had it, I think the red's just poking out. Where's the cue ball?
It's in the bottom of the pocket.
Now then.
Game on.
No longer requires the black. any colour other than the yellow with this red means that he can now win the frame. The only saving grace here for Ryan now is the green on the side cushion. I'd love to pop this pink and leave an angle on the yellow to promote the green. Just got into it a little bit too much. We have to use the black cushion now. How's he feeling?
Tense. It's 2-1. Doesn't want to make an unforced error. Because just like that, he could be trailing 3-1. But sometimes to get back in the match, you got to grab the bull by the horns.
Awkward queuing though. I don't like this. Yeah. Correct shot for me, that. And good weight. Elected to play the up down rather than the now conventional side to side. Don't think he'll be going for the pot here. Good chance of getting the white in behind the black off the side cushion. But not like that.
Decent effort. But
Thought he was going to just... Yeah, it's just left the green. It just caught it a touch thicker than he wanted to. He wanted to be putting the green up in between the blue and the pink. Going towards the centre of the baulk cushion. Cued it well.
definitely statement shot there.
They'd love to see this brown go in just to mean that Ray don't come back to the table. It's up to you.
Just got a friend chiming in at Printix. Is curious, is that the Yorkshire Wolverine in the booth? Of course it is. D-Dub is there, and that frame is Ryan's. So we'll step aside. 3-run for Ryan Cronin, and we'll be back with Wolverine's thoughts on the fifth frame.
Arr.
And welcome back to Frame 5 here on our featured TV match. Ryan Cronin taking on Raymond Fry. Ryan with a 3-1 advantage. Wants to get this match done and dusted. And Raymond wants to push us to a decider to know that he'll have a chance. It's David Burney in the booth with Daniel Wolverine Wormsley. That was a mouthful, but Wolverine is in the booth.
There's an eagle-eared spectator on the keyboard, picking my voice out. Wonder who it is.
Well, we could bring up Emily, the president of the Wolverine fan club, and see if which one of your supporters has chimed in under some certain alias. This isn't the Masked Singer, so let us know who you are. D-Dub is very interested. Could it be your mom?
She doesn't know how to use YouTube. In fact, I hope she's not listening.
Who's Lewis?
It's Louis.
Lewis.
I'm assuming Louis Campy.
Oh. There's a lot of Louis in the world, and I think we donned that title over there as well in Sacramento of your Wolverine looks.
Stems from the time before I had the full facial hair. I just had the sideburns.
I think you showed me that photo in Sacramento.
Adorned them for many a year.
You had the sideburns, and I'm Burney.
I'm your sidekick.
It is the weekend, so... Well, he's left an opener here for Raymond. Let's see what he can do.
Feel like he has to make a sizable contribution here to get himself back in the match. Couple of reds and colours won't cut it. Needs to start putting Ryan under a bit more pressure. That doesn't look too bad. Just screwed it back for the red on the pink spot. As long as he's not left himself hampered. Which he has.
Yeah, that's definitely an awkward bridge hand there.
He's played that well. Maybe a little bit unfortunate to finish south of the blue. Means it looks like he's eyeing up the pink now.
That's a nice little cannon on that red.
Could not have worked out any better. Oh, there's a right smile coming from him, which means it might have finished straight. That's worked out pretty well. The red that is cannon has now actually moved it into a potable position, whereas before it wasn't. It was blocked off by the other red to the left of the pink. Should just be able to drop this in for either of those two reds into the opposite corner.
Come on.
Missed a similar red in the previous frame.
Yeah, and as you alluded to, Dan, he really needed to put a healthy contribution there, and he's faltered on that black and only put up 14. His mind must just be all over the place.
As he left him hampered. This is a tough shot from distance. Might need an extension on the cue as well. Doesn't like it.
You know what I haven't seen come out so far in the tournament is the swan. Or would you call it a slug?
It's the swan neck spider. Not many people elect to use it. Most people find a way to use a regular spider or the extended spider, or my personal preference is to rest on the regular spider.
Yeah, the swan really comes up a lot, and you almost have to lift it up to get a good angle.
You have to get on a step ladder to use it.
True, or just be as tall as Rodney Goggins.
It's a good effort. Bit reprieve for Raymond Fry. He needs to cook a bit of light here to keep himself in the match.
A good fry up.
How's your stomach feeling, Dave?
It's feeling great. I don't have the butterflies. Raymond might have a few.
I thought you must be getting hungry.
No, I had lunch 3 hours ago.
I'd class that as tea, not lunch. Needs a good shot here. It's going to have to play a cannon into the bunch here. Doesn't really look like anything else. Easily goes, or is easy to attain position onto. He's hit that pink absolutely perfect. Flush and nose.
And he's okay. Found the gap nicely.
Just as Raymond floats that white look down towards the reds. Just in front of us, it looks like Sibrin has got the pink for the match. And there comes the handshake. 4-2 to the Belgian.
That was on our other YouTube channel on the Ox Billiards stream. So as they get tidied up there, our next match over there will be Potty Kelly going against Joe Delaney.
Ray's just run out of position there.
Raymond would like to prolong this match.
It's a nice pot on the red off the side cushion. The break's not getting any easier. Pink and black tied up. That's a good shot with the rest. And the reds landed in a favourable position next to the blue.
Brown had second thoughts of dropping, but eventually it did.
Nice shot into the corner. It's the last of the open reds. Another great shot. If only he could leave himself in the middle of the table and not on the cushion every time.
Just, yeah. Makes it for comfortable bridging, putting that bridge hand on the cushion.
Elected to put the yellow safe.
.9 advantage with 59 on the table.
That's a very good shot. A round of applause from the crowd there. That was the only issue Ray put in the yellow safe, even though it probably was the right shot. He sacrificed a good cue ball to do so.
Yes, definitely a well-educated crowd here. acknowledging good shots when they happen.
Finds himself in a bit of trouble. Not only did he get him tight to the bottom cushion, but he developed the pink. Just asking Ryan to have a look at the shot, maybe just to make sure it is or isn't full ball on the red, just in case that the 3 miss rule comes into play.
Yeah, just with the roving referee in this tournament at this stage of the event. Players referee themselves.
They've elected to get the head referee involved.
There's a shot of her at the top of the screen. Good friend Desi that came all the way over from Sofia, Bulgaria. Great to have her part of the team. Seeing more of her in a couple days' time when the final commences.
I'm not too sure that that should be happening there. Not at this stage, not unless it was a foul and a miss. I'm assuming that as a referee, Desi must have assumed that there had been a miss already. You're not meant to bring foreign objects, which would have been that red, onto the table. You're meant to just use your judgment. And that is well shot. But I'm surprised I didn't come around and have a look at the red in the middle there.
It's a double kiss. That pink is out.
Ryan's first chance to win the match. I think he was just checking to see if that red passes the black into the corner. I think he'd like to leave himself on the pink in such a way that he can promote the reds off the side cushion.
Doesn't look too bad on first glance.
And if that red does pass the black, this is a great opportunity to win frame and match in this visit. Would have just liked to avoid the double kiss there. It stopped the red coming out quite as far as he wanted. Good recovery. Will he just land onto the green or not? think he is.
Looks like a thin and dangerous cut.
Might just elect to fudge up behind the green here. Would have liked to make this snooker a bit more difficult though. He's able to swerve around and offer one cushion. Good shot.
Yeah, make sure not to leave anything on. This caliber of tournament, most players will be able to get out of the snooker, but it's what they leave their opponent. They leave an easy starter. Probably going to be sitting for quite a while.
Ryan won't be happy with that shot. He's left a shot to nothing here. Can clip this red into the corner next to the black. Ray's missed it and left the exact same shot. Not quite as thin this time, maybe a little bit easier. In it goes. 37 on the in the game before that went in, so he needs to land on a colour here, which he hasn't. Might still like to play the snooker.
Internet.
36 points the difference.
35 points on.
Meaning Ray needs to hit this first time. Might be eyeing it up off 3 cushions. Side cushion, black cushion, side cushion. Hit the red up the back.
Go, attempt number 1.
Right, 2 cushions. That's a great shot. Well judged.
Looks like he might have the snooker behind the blue. Be a little coat of red that he can hit. Let's see from our vantage point. This was the fluke of the tournament there. Ball spinning around. I feel like the longer and longer this frame goes, the more the advantage goes to Orion. Your good friend, Irish Whiskey Mag, is chiming in, stating that the pockets look really generous. Dan, we've got a player in the booth with me that has been playing on these tables. Are they generous?
I just make them look generous.
Well played. Well played. How do you like that answer, Irish Whiskey? I know our other good friend in the booth, Rodney Goggins, doesn't think they're that generous, but some other people have said they've looked like they're pretty big. Both players had to play on the pockets.
They're certainly not as tight as what the majority of people will be familiar with these days from watching on the main tour. They do play bigger than the average table. It's fair to say. When the new cloth definitely helps with that. And because the tables are so fast, you don't have to hit the ball as hard, which...
Well, why not make them just a little bit generous? You know, let's see some fireworks, let's see some action.
Well, you could say that they've done that on tour since Barry Hearn took over. The pockets have definitely got bigger. Hence the more players been able to get the higher breaks, the cloths are slicker.
It's interesting, obviously, yes, the standard is a lot higher here than back home. But I've always had a theory back home, because some players, you know, they don't strong break builders of just opening up the reds and seeing how your opponent does. Because most of them sometimes don't even have a half century to their credit. And they're going to get real nervous once they get close to that.
I think maybe some people have become accustomed to what the tables play like on the main tour. Because obviously this is just a local club.
And it is the main tour. They've got to have the best standards there.
Exactly, yeah.
And they've got the money to do it, where some of these clubs, you know, they're still sometimes struggling for survival, so you can't be changing the cloth every other day.
No, and the regular members want the bigger pockets. So they can actually then play the game.
And just an update, Davey Morris has won his match 4-1. So we just have 3 matches left in the evening. Happy that you're enjoying it. Irish Whiskey, Mag chiming in. That's what the chat is there for. Any comments or questions? Curiosity? Always big debates. I guess the big one right now in the snooker world is the foul no miss ruling. It's getting a lot of traction of late. So 28 in it and 27 on the table. Ryan's not fully out of it. There are a few balls that Ryan can snooker his opponent behind. Oh, this looks nice.
It's a good effort. Not quite there.
Irish Whiskey Mag as well as chiming in about his snooker growing in the U.S. Certainly in pockets. Obviously, snooker has not been around that much in America these days. But there's a lot of growth that we're seeing there. In my home country of Canada, they're seeing a regrowth. Canada had quite a great contingent of players over here on the main tour. America always struggled. They seem to gravitate more to the pool scene, the 8 and 9 ball. But you have Hawks Billiards, the YouTube page that we're on, great club in Seattle. They're doing wonderful things. Northern California, Sacramento has seen a lot of rooms. There's about 3 rooms that have 8 or more snooker tables in there. Down in Arizona, Ramil has the Arizona Snooker Academy. And our friend Zia Sheik in Nashville, an academy over there. So little pockets here and there. The tough part obviously is with America and Canada, the sides of those countries is almost provinces and states are their own kind of thing. As you could probably fit the Ireland into pretty much any state or any province. Well, Irish Whiskey Mag, not sure who's going to be the new contenders of that. He's stating, or she, not sure what your gender is, but saying to bring back Cliff, Bill, and Kirk from Canada. Well, probably will be relatively impossible to bring back Bill Urbanek because unfortunately he passed away a few years ago. But Cliff is still alive, active. Kirk Stephen is around in the Toronto area in the province of Ontario. Doesn't play as much snooker as he used to. Kind of just taking a little step back from the game.
I think Cliff officially retired from the seniors tour, didn't he? A few years ago.
True. But he just recently did an exhibition out in the Vancouver area where I live, so...
I don't think that requires him to play much snooker, though.
No, and the muscle memory obviously is there to put on the exhibitions, and he's always a great entertainer, full of good anecdotes and humors and stories of years gone by.
That's the main thing now. Like, the likes of Cliff, Steve Davis doing exhibitions now, it's purely for the entertainment value. Mm-hmm. Because unfortunately it's not for the quality of the snooker these days.
Interesting, back in the 80s when those players were over on the main tour over here, that's a big way where they had to make their money, as there wasn't as many tournaments, and the players had to go up and down the country of Britain performing exhibitions just to generate some extra income.
And they had to either be very, very good at snooker, put on a great performance, or a great entertainer. And if you get both.
Mm-hmm. Because people want to get good value for their money. You don't just want to throw it away. Times can be a little bit tougher than they used to be. We're trying to do the best to take you away from the day in, day out, give you some entertainment. And I do agree with you, Irish Whiskey Mag, that the level of safety play in this tournament has been very impressive. I've been impressed with how some of these players can get out of snookers, not sufficing too many penalty points.
Big sigh let out from Ryan there. Becoming increasingly more difficult to get the penalty points he requires. I think he made a mistake potting the yellow. Although Raymond can't quite seem to put this game to bed.
Yeah, trying to bury it with that brown.
Because of the blue where it is, it's not actually that much of a problem potting the brown now. I think he tried to cannon it.
Yeah, 19 and 18 on. Raymond Fry with the lead. Ryan Cronin at the table. Well, this is a yearly tournament, Irish Whiskey Mag. Love to see you compete in this event. I think this, with the broadcasts that we're having this year at the Nenagh Open, it's been its 13th year. So our good friend Rodney Goggins said that it started in 2012. Might have taken a couple of years hiatus because of that nasty COVID pandemic. But with it being broadcasted throughout the world, on the internet with this stream, a lot of people have been tuning in. I know some people back in my native country of Canada have seen it, and they're calling their travel agent, as I think they're going to punch their card to come over here next October, as they like to have this event right around the bank holiday in Ireland.
Another example there of the excellent level of safety play on offer. And the snooker from Ryan, which has
he's got
forced
it.
the mistake.
Wow. Jumped out of his chair like a jackrabbit. It's not there just yet, but he's got the snooker.
I think he might be eyeing up the pot here. Could play it as a shot to nothing.
And now it's a little nervy for Raymond. He kind of was playing a little bit with house money, knowing that Ryan needed the snooker, but one costly mistake on this blue, and he could be sending himself all the way home. Showing a little emotion, not too happy. What do you think? Dan, you come off the right side of this blue, get near the black.
I think he's going for the pot. He'll stun the white over off of the right hand side cushion back out for the pink. They might not get a better opportunity than this. It's there.
Good call, Dan.
That's the match winner.
Definitely. What a blue. Maybe just another walk around the table. I would if I was him. That was a tremendous blue. Heart's really pumping. Doesn't want to grip the cue too tightly. Oh, there's a concession there. Wow. Raymond just making a beeline out of there, but we're going to step aside and get a little post-match reaction from your winner, Ryan Cronin, winning that match 4-1. So step aside for that. You can also look at some dance moves by the Wolverine, Dan Wormsley. It's David Burney. Stick around. We'll have a post-match interview as well on our other Ox Billiards YouTube page. We've got Potty Kelly going against Joe Delaney. So stand by for that interview, everybody. We'll be right back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the post-match interview here at the 2025 Nenagh Open with Ryan Cronin. How are you feeling?
Very good. Tough game against Raymond. Class act. Good lad as well. But yeah, just delighted to get the win because I think I played him in Carroll a couple of years ago and he beat me 4-0 fairly quickly. So it was nice, just not like revenge or anything, but just to get just nice to get a win really. I couldn't settle in the first frame. He played well in the first frame, and then two of us were a bit shaky. But looks just a win's a win and on to the next round.
Sure, it seemed like in the third frame, he was struggling a little bit, just with some potting. He hadn't potted a while. You were kind of making your shots. Did you feel that he was struggling a little bit out there?
Yeah, and that's he 1 or 2 shots he hit, just not like Raymond because he's class player, like class Q action, class. So and you kind of, I think he sensed that off me in the first round that I was, and I missed 1 or 2, kind of just dropped the elbow on 1 or 2, but I kind of sensed it the third frame, and I was like, if I can just keep him tight and put it kind of scrappy, and we both like the balls to be open and break build as everyone does, but there's kind of times in a match you just need to kind of tighten up and be a bit crabbit, and luckily enough that won me the frame 3-1, and then needed a snooker there in the last frame and got it and put a good blue, pink and black to win, so happy out.
Yeah, going to that last frame, you got the snooker. You're just trailing by 17. Need that 18 to take it. Talk us through that blue. Like, were you thinking safety at all, or
no.
was that pot all the way?
No, it's when I needed a snooker, and when he missed the snooker, and the blue was kind of, if I hit a tin, it'll go side cushion, bottom cushion. Hit a tick, it'll go side, bottom side. But when he left the last blue, there was no way I was turning it down. If you need a snooker and you get a chance, I think you have to, because if you don't take it, and you mightn't get another one. So, I just said if I hit it well, the pink and the black were a formality if I pot the blue. So.
And you're up 3-1, so you got a little house money there.
Yeah.
If it was 3-3, would you be thinking differently?
I don't know. I'd probably still go for it, but I'd probably miss it. But thankfully it went in, and sitting here after winning, so delighted.
So as a snooker athlete, I have to ask you, do you have any superstitions?
Not really. A few, just kind of clean the cue before every match, and I don't know, some wear the same pair, wear same socks for a tournament and wash them, and it's just snooker players have crazy superstitions. So I'd say they're pretty normal. I'd say some fellas have some weird ones. I'd say, but we're all. You have to be a small bit kind of crazy to play this game. So we love it and we keep playing it. But this tournament is just absolutely. Conditions are brilliant. People that are running are brilliant. It's running absolutely smoothly, and I'd say I don't think there's been a bad word said here all weekend.
Sounds excellent.
Which is to snooker players very, very hard, because we're fast to criticise conditions, and I know we're only amateurs, but when the conditions are like this, they should be applauded as well. And New Institute are after putting on an absolute fabulous show, so thumbs up to them.
Excellent, great to hear. I do hear, I think you've got your fellow countryman tomorrow, Davy Morris, in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
Sure, another easy one with Davy, but no, I'm only joking. No, Davy's he's the best player in Ireland. Won the Irish Championships last year. Beat me in the first amateur final this year a few weeks ago, but after having a good few battles, beat him in the final last year. So, sure, look, we both play the same kind of game, like the attack and go for our shots. If they go in, happy out. If you lose, just shake the man's hand and wish him best of luck.
Well, good luck to you tomorrow. Congratulations on your match win tonight.
Thank you.
Make sure you get a good night's sleep, but I know it's a 1 p.m. start, so maybe you can have a touch of fun on a Saturday night here in Nenagh.
Yeah, Nenagh, sure. We'll have 1 or 2 points against anyway. After.
Good to hear. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All the
Thanks,
best
Dave.
of the
Thanks
rest of the way.
much. Thank you.
So this has been David Burney here at the 2025 Nenagh Open here in Nenagh, Ireland. We're going to conclude our broadcast here at the interview room. We do have additional footage on the other Ox Billiards YouTube page. Joe Delaney and Paddy Kelly will be doing battle. We'll let you enjoy that if you like. Unfortunately, there won't be any commentary with that event, but we'll be coming back here on day 4 of this wonderful tournaments at 1 p.m. Irish time, and I think actually we'll be seeing Ryan Cronin take on Davy Morris. But tune in, and we'd love to see you.